Imagine a country with a population smaller than some cities, going toe-to-toe with football's titans. Not once, not twice, but for over a century. No flashy economy, no massive army of players, just pure football DNA. Uruguay is not just a team, it's a miracle, stitched into the soul of the World Cup. This is the story of the ultimate underdogs. This is Uruguay. Only 3.5 million people live in Uruguay. That's less than Berlin, less than Los Angeles. And yet, two-time World Cup champions, Olympic gold medalists, Copa America legends. No nation punches above its weight like Uruguay. The secret, an unbreakable will, a national obsession. Every child grows up with a ball at their feet, and every opponent underestimates them until it's too late. Uruguay doesn't just play football, they fight for it, bleed for it, die for it. They are the ultimate underdogs, and proud of it. Football arrived in Uruguay via the ships of British sailors in the late 1800s. Like much of South America, the sport was introduced through trade and colonial links. Montevideo, a buzzing port city, became one of football's first outposts in the continent. The British expatriate community formed clubs like Albion FC in 1891, but soon Uruguayans made the game their own. By the turn of the century, football wasn't just a British import, it was a national movement. Schoolboys, factory workers, porters, all fell in love with the beautiful game. In 1901, Uruguay played their first ever international match against Argentina. They lost 3-2, but the seed was planted. Rivalry, passion. By 1916, Uruguay competed in the inaugural South American Championship, the forerunner to the Copa America. They won it, a sign of things to come. Uruguay had entered the international stage, not just to participate, but to dominate. 1930, Uruguay hosts the very first FIFA World Cup. 13 nations arrive in Montevideo, but only one leaves as world champion. Uruguay blazed through the group stage and thrashed Yugoslavia 6-1 in the semis. In the final, they faced fierce rivals Argentina. Down 2-1 at half-time, Uruguay roared back to win 4-2. The world had crowned its first kings, and they wore sky blue. 1950. The final wasn't supposed to be a contest. Brazil were at home, playing in the brand new Maracanazo, in front of 200,000 fans. The entire nation had already started celebrating, but Uruguay didn't read the script. After going 1-0 down, they came back with goals from Juan Alberto Schiaffino and Alcides Gigia. Final score, 2-1. Silence fell over the Maracanazo. It was called the Maracanazo, the Maracanazo blow. A national trauma for Brazil, a national miracle for Uruguay. Beating Brazil in Brazil, the most shocking World Cup result in history. Before their World Cup glories, Uruguay dominated Olympic football. In 1924, in Paris, they stunned Europe with fluid, attacking football never seen before. They won gold and rewrote the global football playbook. 4 years later, they did it again in Amsterdam. 2 Olympic golds back-to-back. At the time, the Olympics were football's biggest international stage. Some historians and Uruguayans still consider those Olympic triumphs as World Cups before the World Cup, which is why, to this day, their crest proudly features 4 stars. After 1950, the golden era dimmed. Yes, Uruguay still had moments. A World Cup semi-final in 1970, multiple Copa America wins, most notably in 1983 and 1987. But consistency was gone. European powers took over. Argentina and Brazil surged ahead. Uruguay struggled with political turmoil, economic challenges, and football stagnation. They weren't forgotten, but no longer feared. The giants had grown old. The 2000s brought resurrection. Enter Diego Forlán, Golden Dash Boot winner at the 2010 World Cup. Edinson Cavani, the silent killer. Luis Suárez, the chaos engine. Love him or hate him, he scored goals only legends could dream of. In 2010, Uruguay reached the semi-finals. The magic was back. 2011, they won Copa America again, defeating Argentina and Paraguay. This trio didn't just bring success, they relit the national pride, the fight, the edge. Uruguay were contenders again. Let's do some math. Uruguay, 3.5 million people, 2 World Cups, 15 Copa America titles. Compare that to England, 56 million, France, 67 million, or Germany, 83 million. Per capita, Uruguay are unmatched. They are pound for pound the greatest football nation in history. How? Identity, culture, passion. Every Uruguayan knows football is not a game, it's their story. The giants of yesterday have passed the torch. Forfal, retired. Cavani is aging. Suárez, a legend now abroad. But there's hope. Darwin Núñez, Federico Valverde, Ronald Araújo. Young blood, fierce hearts. Can they do what the past generations did? 2022 brought disappointment, but the World Cup cycle never stops. 2026? 2030, the centenary of that first triumph? Could the story come full circle? Uruguay may never have the biggest stadiums, the richest leagues, or the flashiest kits, but they have something no one else does. A legacy born in defiance. A history carved in blood, sweat, and stunning goals. They've taught the world that greatness doesn't require size, just belief. And so, we ask you, is Uruguay the greatest footballing nation, pound for pound, of all time?